Hello, everyone. It's Hugo speaking here again, and I don't want to take a lot of time from the intro, but I just have the need. I just need to say a couple things before this episode starts. Okay, so bear with me. I'll be as fast as I can. So, firstly, this podcast was recorded 2 months ago. I know that's a long time ago, I know, but I had A-level exams, I'm a year 13 student, and I didn't have time to put this together. I'm sorry, okay? Won't happen again. So if you see anything in this podcast that has already happened in school, then you know it happened 2 months ago, okay? Anyways, secondly, while editing, some of the files were corrupted. I don't know how, but if you see any sudden cuts in the video, well, now you know why, and you'll just have to try to imagine what's happening. And because it's been so long, Happy New Year, everyone, I guess. I know we're in February, but you just enjoy the podcast.
Welcome everyone to the Elis Podcast. Here we have,
Hugo.
and of course, you know who I am, Aeon. Unfortunately, we don't have Diego in this occasion, but not as a host, but as a guest. Not only Diego, but another guest. Who are they?
I am Diego Muñoz Campos, your head prefect.
I'm Hudson Valley, your other head prefect.
And they're not the only ones in this podcast. We also have a special guest who we're going to introduce further on this podcast. And of course, going on, I think everyone wants to get to know more of you because, you're not as old as us two in this school. Let's say the truth. That's obvious, right? Let's get to know you better, Hudson and Diego. Let's start with Diego, who basically won the elections as the first head
That's true, that's
prefect,
true.
and then Hudson, if that's all right with you. Yeah, Diego, just talk about yourself and specifically more like a head prefect.
Yo, how's it going, everyone? It's true. I won the elections with majority vote. Thankfully, I got almost the entirety of you to vote for me. So thank you very much for your support. And I've been doing everything I can to keep all my promises, the ones I made during the election, during those very tense speeches, and we'll continue to see some changes throughout the year.
Hudson.
So I won head prefect seconds with a lot of votes. Thank you everyone for supporting me. I have integrated a lot into Elis so far, as promised. However, as Diego said, there's no more bouncy bouncy castles or water
Yo,
slides.
hold on,
So
hold on. Just wait 1 second here. One of the big misconceptions of my campaign was the promise of one thing: bouncing castles and water slides.
Before we get into your campaigns and the things you want to do in Elis,
Yep.
we want to know why you wanted to be head prefect in the first place.
Ooh, that's a very good
has to be
question.
an inspiration to
Yeah.
why you wanted to carry the school on your back.
Exactly.
Let's do Diego first again.
Well, I've always liked being active in the school, doing things, helping people, and I thought that the role of head prefect was a great way to do it. Also, I like the title. I like the idea of being in power. And now this is gonna sound a little weird, but I believe that back when I was in the DR, I was always involved in groups like Debate Club, Model United Nations Club, which is something we did last year. And I thought that being head prefect would be a way of continuing this as being part of the community and doing even more than what I've been doing before, which was El Cultural, fantastic magazine. You can check it out, and also some of the plays throughout the school. So that's basically it.
Yeah. What about you, Hudson?
not only did I become head prefect for my university application,
Well, now I think it's the correct moment to introduce this guest. special guest. Not only it's not only a teacher, but also the tutor of the head prefects. Please give a round of applause to Jose Manuel.
Thank you very much. No, I didn't vote these guys. At
What?
all, at all.
Excuse me.
I know I never believed in you, of course, but I'm glad that you finally climb this big mountain of the power and get the head prefect job. It's a it's I'm proud. I'm proud.
Thank you very much.
Especially I'm proud of you, Hudson, from the Valley, because I have to say, at the beginning, when you come to school the first time 7 years ago, I thought, oh my God, I can't teach this guy. But now I think you grow up, and this is you at this moment. I'm so proud of you,
Thank you, Jose.
Diego. Por contra,
Sí.
siempre me ha parecido una persona muy capaz y muy cabal. Es verdad que veo últimamente un atisbo de que el poder te está como alcanzando y te está cambiando un poco, pero
No, no, eso no.
esperemos no perder a ese Diego de siempre. I'm going to ask a question, different question by the rest of the people, and I want to talk about your origins. For example, Hudson, where you come from, your surname, Valley.
Yes.
You can talk about your surname, the origin of your surname.
So I come from a tribe called the Valles, Del Valles, for short. And we were very primal until about 500 years ago. And then we started expanding out into the world and ended up in Manchester. Yeah.
Vaya. Muñoz es un apellido más común, pero a lo mejor también quieres contarnos un poco de dónde vienes.
Bueno, yo nací en República Dominicana. Mi padre es español, de Valladolid, de hecho. Mi madre es de Colombia, de Bogotá. Entonces, ahí se encontraron y creo que parte de también mi razón de ser head prefect era que quería implementar como otro punto de vista al colegio que había adquirido de esta como mezcla de culturas y eso. Y bueno.
Bueno, ese es un gran motivo para haber elegido esto.
Muy emotivo, Diego.
Bueno, creo que hay más preguntas, ¿no? Por aquí.
Sí.
Well, thank you very much, Jose. That was wonderful questions. Thank you very much. Round of applause to Jose. Thank you very much. Thank you, Steven. Well, Jose. And well, now that the teachers are gone, let's go to the good questions. You know what I'm saying?
Now, hold your thought there. So I just really like to thank you for being on this podcast.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. We're going deep. We're going deep.
Well, I'm gonna have to
I think
destroy you.
everyone is seeing that I have my phone out, and this is because we have some questions written down that some are a bit normal, more general, a bit are more spicy. You know, I think you like that. I like that. Hugo likes that.
I love
Diego
it,
likes
man.
that. Hudson likes that. Even Stephen likes that. So let's start a bit light. You know, getting to know more about these head prefects, and then going into the good thing. You know.
One second. What do you mean by spicy?
I think rather than me explaining it, why don't you get to find out? So, Hugo, let's start with some questions, right? Just to get into this.
Warm up, you know.
Yeah,
Just
let's warm up.
Warm up a
Come
little
on.
bit, man.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
You start.
So, Diego was talking about power a little while.
Yes.
Like just slightly, like a couple of minutes before. So, going back to power. Do you believe that being head prefect, just the title itself, okay,
Yes, sir.
gives you certain advantages and power above the rest of students in this school?
Well, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Is it though?
Yeah, the head prefect is essentially the leader of the school. They represent the student body and they lead student council meetings. This obviously comes with a lot of advantages because suppose teachers and trust you more, they let you do more stuff. But it also takes a lot of responsibility, like Uncle Ben said. Um, you need to be able to manage that power with your intentions to help people and to keep on going.
Does Hudson have a different point of view to to
Yeah,
Diego's?
so what Diego is saying is all a lie. He's actually
Hold on one second, hold on one second.
Wait.
Oh, it's starting. Baby.
Let Hudson
I want to hear what you have to say.
keep talking. Come on.
so Diego approached me like a week ago, and he asked for pizza parties for the student council
What?
and only the student council.
Diego,
What?
is that true? Can you
Diego.
verify this, Diego?
That's not true. Actually, I will explain the situation. We were in student council, and a member of the board of the Senate, they proposed student council pizza parties. Hudson was very much in favor of it when they said it,
Oh.
but there's another side to it. That's doing with the money the students have given the school for events. He wants to keep that money for himself and use it for pizza parties. And
No.
this is a vile attempt to change, effectively bamboozle the audience into thinking that the prime head prefect, me, wants to seclude part of the society. But no, we're not trying to have an elite of the student council. We're not trying to have a military dictatorship. What we're trying to do is to integrate the community and the governing bodies. Bring the administration of the school closer to the people itself.
By the people, for the people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Now,
much.
if any of you had more than half a brain cell, you would realize that this manipulative narcissist is simply spreading lies about himself and the school.
I love the little love story you're having. Like,
I think everyone knows that this year is a bit different. We don't only have 2 head prefects, but we have 4. We have 4, right?
Actually, we are the only real head prefect.
Yes. But wait. Let me finish this. Because at the end it's like a kind of question, right? You have 4 head prefects, we could say, right? Like the main heads. We have them with us today, but also we have Jorge, who are let's say-
deputies.
deputies, right? Do you see this as a threat to your leadership role?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Not at all.
As you can see that we won in a landslide.
Yeah.
Mingui and George, they have no power,
No
and they
power
are
at all.
simply our minions.
Wow, minions.
That's harsh.
It's true.
Do you believe the same, Diego?
Yeah, they have absolutely no jurisdiction over us.
At all.
Yeah.
But I will say they were not very happy with some of the stuff we do. Because Hudson and I were very impulsive. Like, we want stuff now.
Yeah.
We believe that if we can do something as fast as we can, we'll do it as fast as we can. Because we like to go into action. And the deputies, sometimes they object to it a lot. And it's also about the responsibility of leadership. When you're in power, there will always be people that want to go against you, opposition.
Yeah.
And that's something you have to deal with, and eventually you need to do what you think the right thing is.
But don't you think that's a good thing? Like, if basically because if you have 2 people that are very, how do I say this? Like, want to do everything right, like
Yeah.
at once, yeah.
Mhm.
Don't you think that someone that slows you down and brings you back to the earth is not that a good thing? Don't you
Now,
think?
I would disagree because me and Diego only have 8 months to
Yeah.
enact everything that we want to do. Now, if we had a longer reign over the school, then maybe people slowing us down would be a good thing, you know, helping us really think about the ideas and refine them. However, the deputy head prefects, for example, Mingui, she often objects to a lot of our ideas, and proposes different ones, which will take longer.
But isn't that what democracy is all about? Because if the heads like the top of school people
Yep.
take decisions and they don't take into consideration their group of advisors, then doesn't the school turn into a little dictatorship? What do you think about that?
Now me and Diego are no dictators, okay?
That would never happen.
But if you
Literally.
don't take into consideration the advice given by the deputies,
Well-
isn't that just like
We always take into consideration their advice. We just think that the fastest way is better.
Exactly.
is it? Talking about fastest way,
Yes, sir.
these two individuals, I don't know if you all remember, but they planned out and confirmed a 9-month plan in their opening speeches to as candidates for head prefect. Is that right? Am I
Yes,
saying
Yes,
anything that's
that
not?
is correct. Yeah.
So, me personally, and maybe some of the people watching, maybe want to know how that 9-month plan is going. If it's now a 7-month plan, a 6-month plan, or if it's actually like taking place right now.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about that
Mhm.
if I were you. However, if you really want details, then we're happy to share. So
Please.
We've been trying to do that. We're also trying to integrate more international food, but obviously there are lots of regulations here in Spain about what types of food you can serve. But I believe part of the 9-month plan is also the economic development of Elis Villamartin as an institution. Now, the main point of my 9-month plan was to get enough money, enough funds to be able to organize bigger events. Now, what I mean by that is including bouncing castles and water
Right.
sports, of course. That was my main idea.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why we needed the funds to build throughout the year. So the idea was to have that money, those fundraising campaigns throughout the year. So at the end of it, we could have stuff like this. But apparently, they're a security hazard and they're not educational,
right.
which is something I'm very disappointed to hear about. So we have continued the 9-month plan. For example, we did Halloween, right?
yes,
So we got stuff for Halloween. But we still don't know exactly what we're gonna direct those funds to, because I didn't mention this before, but part of my ideas being head prefect was to improve these types of events. For example, I look back on last year and the budget we had. Like you will remember, because you
Mhm.
were organizing the sponges now.
Yeah.
We had a very small budget
Yeah.
for this school. I think we could maybe do better stuff if we could invest in some bigger activities.
We did make
Uh,
profit from that.
We did make profit, yeah.
yes.
Two questions about this because you mentioned how long have you been in the as a head prefect? 8 months.
No,
eight,
man.
8 weeks. Sorry, 8 weeks, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. How has those 8 weeks or so been?
I feel like
Like, are everything going to plan or?
we have already done loads of things for the school. For example, one key concept of the 8-month plan is listening to what the people want, and the people want physical fitness. And as a result of this, there is now a pull-up bar being incorporated downstairs for everyone to,
That is true.
go to the gym.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Diego? Is
Um,
everything going all right?
Yeah. It's been very stressful, actually.
Stressful.
Yeah, for example, today we had a lot of issues. We're
Yeah.
planning a talent show for the last week of school, December. And, well, we need the auditions. We need the people to be there. We need them to be ready. And we need them to wrap their auditions as fast as we can.
Mhm.
We had some people protesting. We had a fire drill in the middle
That is
of
true.
Yeah.
auditions. So we're going to have to do it again. And I do believe it's a lot of responsibility that's given to you. But Miss Hill, I don't mean this to
Oh,
glaze,
Oh, quote unquote
but
glaze.
she is someone that's really engaged with the community, and we have meetings with her, and she really listens to what we say. Of course, there's some things we can't change because cognita and stuff like that.
Yeah. I also agree. I'm not trying to glaze Ms. Hill either, because that'd be the last thing we want to do. However,
Yeah.
she does really care about how people
Yeah.
believe the school is, and she wants the students to be happy.
Is this the same student council, or has it improved? Because of course, different people, different leaders, I believe.
Yeah.
Different ideas. how is this? Or is this the same and you still need a teacher there to control the kids?
So
Or how is this?
under this new administration of me, Diego, Mingui, and George,
Mhm.
we have controlled the student council. We have a firm grip on them.
Go on. Sorry. for
Yes.
interrupting.
So what we do is we have me and Diego asking them like what would they like to see. Normally we have an event plan behind us on like the screen and we
Oh.
talk about it, right?
Not bad.
And then they give suggestions. So for example, last time we talked a lot about the talent show, some prizes that could have been that we could be having.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're very structured. It's very consistent. People put their hand up and we give suggestions.
Do you agree with this, Diego? Or...
Yeah, I think we've grown a student council that is built on respect, is built on listening to other people, ideas, and so on. I will say at the start it was very chaotic, and it bothered me a little bit that when Miss Hill was in the room, they would look at Miss Hill instead of us
Yeah.
when they were suggesting something or asking something. But we've had already 2 meetings in which she hasn't been there, and I think we've managed to carry on with them and really get on with our agenda.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a lot of freedom to do most of what you want to put in place in school, or do you think that they take most of the big decisions and they don't like let you like hear your opinion on them basically?
Well, Ms. Hill has given us some power. We can start doing stuff on our own, and people don't object. However, it's like it goes Mr. Hill, Mr. Wave, and then Cognito. Cognito control everything. They're the shadow puppets controlling behind the scenes, controlling the money, controlling everything. And sometimes I dislike that. However, we gotta do what we gotta work with what we have.
Yeah, that's true.
So we do our best. We do what we can. And Ms. Hill, normally we give something to her that she can do for us. That's in her power. She then speaks to Mr. Wave, and Mr. Wave speaks to Cognito, or he just passes the legislation. So I'd say we have limited power. However, we definitely can do some things.
Yeah, you have some use to it.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, obviously. You can say whatever you want. This is your platform, man.
Okay, man.
You're a host of this podcast too.
You know what my main issue with the school is?
Where?
It's one thing.
Oh, spill the tea. Come on, man. Do this for the
It's
podcast.
the focus of education.
Oh,
Not in this school, but it's this institutional thing. I'm talking about Spain. I'm talking about England. I'm
yeah,
talking about
worldwide, man.
France.
Everywhere, man.
I feel like the focus of education is not on education itself, but centered around exams. So, if the students are focused on exams rather than on learning, rather than having that hunger for knowledge, what are you doing? Because most of the stuff I learn for an exam, I forget immediately.
That is
I'll be
true.
honest.
That is a
I'm
fact.
gonna be honest. So, that gives me with what's the point? What's the point of it?
I would also like to add that I don't really revise the. I don't revise. Hold on, no, that's not a full stop.
Yo,
I don't revise
you know.
the content of the exam. However, I revise the questions of the exam, which
Yes.
is not really learning the knowledge. It's just learning what they want me to say,
Yeah, and then
and then I
forget
forget about it because it's like it's something that you can't remember. Like it's just structured answers to everything.
Yeah, but like, we can't really change this, don't you think?
it. This is like above Cognito or whatever.
Yeah.
This is like
Exactly. This is Cognita. This is the
The state.
institution.
You have
State.
you have to be the head prefects of the world.
Yeah, this is why me and Diego are going to go on to
Going to
become.
rule the world.
Presidents
Yes.
of your respective countries. Okay,
Yeah.
I get you.
We want every country to combine, and me and Diego the dictators of
Oh.
everything.
Yo, dictator,
you're
nah,
probably
nah,
playing-
nah.
I mean
We're
the
the benefactors.
the benefactors.
Benefactors.
I see. Well, what else could we talk about? I'm not sure about this.
I want something spicy.
Yeah, give us something.
more spicy.
Yeah.
Well,
Came here to
spicy.
give it all.
Exactly.
Let me see. We have some questions here.
Is that ChatGPT?
Oh no.
No, please.
Can I please see
No.
your phone?
Yeah, no, it's a
El Limonero is a respectable
I'm not gonna
institution.
leak Aeon's phone.
Yes,
but
please
this is my name.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
Yeah,
know,
it's-
we were talking about.
Yo, did you write all of that?
Yes.
Sorry.
Last
Uh,
night I like was thinking.
That's very considerate of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously I have to
Yeah.
prepare myself for the hosts. Like, come on,
Of
man.
course.
Can you? I don't know about like. Easy one. Sorry for interrupting what you were about to say, but like, is there any future projects, like close to
That you can
we know-
talk about.
Yeah,
Obviously.
that you can talk about. We know, talent show at the end of this term. Or is there any future projects
Well-
towards other turns or?
Yes.
Alright.
So I presented with Miss Hill, not the student council yet. However, I
Yeah.
presented with her an Easter event.
Well,
It's going to be a raffle, right? So there
Yeah.
will be Diego doesn't know about this.
Diego doesn't even know about this.
Yeah, he
It's
doesn't even
like,
know about
what
this.
is-
So there'll be a raffle. Pay €1 to put your name in a raffle, and there'll be like on the stage a bunch of Easter eggs, right?
Yeah.
And then if your name gets called, you can go up, choose an Easter egg, and then go back down. And it'll be like those big boxes, not some
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Any
so-
other?
Something else, we are planning International Day for
Ooh,
the
nice.
28th, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like, what?
28th of February.
How is it like? Like bringing your own food from your own country, or how? That's how it used to be. Like
Maybe.
he doesn't know.
No, what we're trying to do is to be we have the food from other countries to
Yeah.
be like a celebration of culture. So if
Yeah.
there's a lot of people from that country, you can get together and you can organize things
Yep.
to show.
Not bad. Any other? Any other?
No, but I have a complaint about the podcast.
Really?
Wait. Let's keep that. to the-
Yo,
wait.
No,
you're on
I'm-
your own
no,
on this one.
I'm actually curious.
No.
No, I want to know what's wrong with the podcast.
So before we have someone that's meant to be here, but he's no longer here.
Yes.
Yeah, he left.
He left.
He's
He
gone,
just-
and I just feel like the environment of the podcast was way nicer with.
Well,
Yes.
it's
Why?
gonna get nicer because I have a nice question for both of you.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about ego here, okay?
Ego.
Because power comes with ego. Not always, but sometimes. Do you think your team, the team that you've assembled of deputies, your other companion, your other head prefect, would basically fall apart into thousands of little pieces without your presence?
What a wonderful question. I love it.
Yes.
Diego, first to answer
Yes.
directly.
Why?
Why?
Without you there, why would it fall apart?
Without me.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, this guy doesn't do anything.
Oh, wait.
Now, no,
What?
we're getting
Go ahead.
started. No, it's happening. It's happening.
This is smart.
It's happening.
It's like,
Excuse me.
we need everybody as a key part of the team, except this
Yeah.
guy. Because Mingui,
Damn.
she is very close with Miss Hill. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
She is, she knows how to talk to her, and Mingui, she's also been in the school for a long time. She's really good at arts too, so that's a key part of the team. Jorge, he's the leader of the library. He does things.
Whoa.
He does things.
does
He helps out when he has to. Me,
Not bad.
I'm always there for any project,
Right.
anything. You can
Yeah.
vouch for that.
I.
That's part of the Well,
I'll give
Hold
it
on.
to you once.
hold on,
For
okay,
one,
hold on.
I'll give it to you
I'll be
for
a nice
once.
man.
Come on. I'll be
and
nice.
this
I'll
guy
be nice.
is the head prefect of character development. So he doesn't even know what that means.
So Diego, I'd like to object here.
Please.
I feel like the ego and the power of the role has got into your heads.
Well, I think
What
it's.
can I say?
I think this has been a wonderful time having you two. Would you like to say anything else before we end this wonderful podcast?
Diego has lost his whole mind.
Okay.
Strong words.
He doesn't know what he's talking about half the time.
Diego, what do you have to say to that?
This
Any last words, man?
has been a wonderful podcast. It's an amazing podcast.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
man.
Appreciate it.
It's not
Some-
like you're the host.
Criticism.
Well, thank you very much, you two. Let's finish this podcast.
This podcast
Some
means
words.
the world to me.
Really.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, man.
I really love you, Alan.
I'm not
Thank you very much.
invited back.
I appreciate it.
I really
Thank you.
Yeah.
Careful
Hugo.
with the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about me, man?
I also love you.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Come here.
Careful with the mic. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, leave
okay.
it.
No,
Leave
that's
it
I
there.
think
Leave
there's
it
something
there.
wrong with the microphone.
So,
That's not me, bro. I'm not even touching
okay.
it.
No, that's fine.
No,
Okay, no, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I'll finish
Brother,
the
what's
podcast.
going on?
So, everyone, thanks for watching this podcast, and stay tuned for the next ones because they're gonna be. If you thought this one was entertaining, just wait, okay, people.
Wait.
So,
You wait.
yeah, just wait. So, everyone, as I said, thanks for watching, and
And we'll
stay
see you
tuned for
very
more.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.